Well, everybody wants to rule the world. You got to know this song. It's a really great song, and maybe you're drawn to this song for all kinds of different reasons. Maybe I didn't really quite know how I was drawn to this song. It's a masterpiece of and genius over here. If you go look at the sheet music for it, if you care to even dive down the rabbit hole with me, please do. You're going to find a lot of different takes on this, a lot of different interpretations of the time signatures, and a lot of people that say it differently. It was very confusing for me. I've been racking my brains for hours and hours on this project, and well, I'll give it to you in the file. It'll be a link in the description, the whole MIDI section like it is right here for you, without all my automations and everything that I got on there. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But anyway, let's talk about some Tears for Fears. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. It's a masterpiece. Go look this up. You'll find somebody who kind of explains it here, because if you look up, the majority is going to come out and stipulate that it's in a 12/8 time signature. 112 is kind of an average of what's out there. I've got mine at 110, so beats per minute. But he says, yes, what's going on here is a little more subtle than that. It doesn't really have the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 feel that the 12/8 would imply, at least not in the drums. The hi-hat plays the shuffle, first and last beats on the triplets only, with the second beat of each triplet merely ghosted. The opening guitar riff is determinedly in triplets, but the melody of the chorus is square on the beat crotches, which is, so he's like, there's three feels present at the same time, with a 4/4 shuffle coming out as a dominant feel. And I guess that's how I would explain it if I could say those eloquent words like that, I would suppose. It's very confusing and it racks my brain to even look at. But, the MIDI file is down there. You guys can go in there and look at this. This one's going to really rack you up, and I'm still dissecting it. I don't really quite know how I can apply this knowledge to everything else, but I'm gonna be playing. I have been playing with key with time signatures, and that's why I'm actually here. So, and I've been wanting to do this one forever. So, without further ado, we're gonna dissect this around and just kind of play around with how I built this up. So, we got those drums in here, and I did put some effects on the hi-hats. I gave him some movement down here. You can see. I'll bring this over. I got some movement in there from output. It's a lovely instrument. And, well, let's listen to this by itself real quickly, because it's, it's a key element in here in one part of the beat. So you can single this out and listen to it by itself, and then we'll slowly start introducing more instruments, and you can hear the layers come in. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's really crazy. We'll go into let's see, the first part had the guitar intro, right? What is that down here? Yeah, it's 15, so we can single these out together at the same time. Shift. No, can't do it. It's a solo. I'm in solo mode there. All right, well, we can hear it all together. We'll just take it out of solo, and we're just going to listen to these parts now. We'll go and solo that one out for you. Clean guitar down here. All right, let's start this over. Yeah, once you start like breaking this down and hearing everything separately and going into it in a dissective manner, it starts rolling around in your brain like crazy. Yeah, it's something out there, isn't it? Anyway, what we got going on here, we got the we got that clean guitar coming in. I used a contact instrument for this, the scoring guitars, and just made some playables in there. And I took the attack down, probably gave it some punish a little bit. Yep, I sure did. Yeah, I think I can maybe tad that up a little bit, huh? Yeah, and that's come in for that's pretty much the intro, the guitars and that. And then there's an echo. So some weird stuff that I did here. Let's open up all these here. So there's the clean guitar and the echo here. So basically you're taking the MIDI out of this, and instead of putting an echo on, we can take one, duplicate it, and then shuffle it over to the side slightly. So kind of a cool trick anyway. Instead of getting a echo, you get a slap back of a whole nother instrument or a different style of that instrument. So it creates a really cool thing. We did this a few different times in this track here too. So we can hear that in there. Listen to it. Yeah. Good stuff there. And then we come in hard with the pads, and they're layered up here kind of like this too, just with different sounds here. Let's go up here and break this down a little bit. Okay, and they've got a few different things going on here, like some string stabs there. Oh, there's arpeggiations, kind of very subtle, kind of off in the background over to the left. There's our little strings. These are sounding really good. I like those too. They're just subtle off to the right. This is questionable, but it fits in there. Layered up. That's pretty much a group right there. We can almost group those all together because that's pretty much what it is. So the intro, this is going into more, going towards the melody. And this is another situation where I doubled this up here. Let's listen to the song up until that point. Let's open everything else up and see if I'm not going to miss anything from the intro here. I had everything closed down so you can kind of see it, but that's dumb. All right. There's the melody right there. All right, so there, let's go back up. That covers everything that's in the very beginning there. Next, though, what's going to come in is that melody down here, and I've got a serum there. We got a serum and some movement. So there's a good little bit of reverb on that. And then in the serum, I definitely like playing with that hyper dimension. And I've got a little bit of a hyper dimension, probably a little bit too much, but you know what I mean. When I like something, I like to pour sauce all over it. That's what you do, right? And then another movement here. I mean, we are hitting out hard with the movements, and definitely taking up some PC power with that. We're not holding back here. All right, so the melody there comes in. These are really interesting too. Let's work our way up to here. Well, we forgot about the bass. We didn't even talk about that. That's another heavy hitter up here. Let's go check this guy out. We had to tame him down a little bit there. And for that, we went in for a Substance by Output and went into some a clean guitar, went for some color tones, and I adjusted a few little things for my taste. And we might come in here and do some automation with these things too, just to get some tonal variations throughout the song, so it's not really stagnant. And that's one thing I love about the UI. It enables you to do something like that very easily. So Bass comes in pretty heavy. You know, I try to tone it down in these areas, in these walking areas. I brought it up, and then I tone it down for that do-doom, 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 do-doom. You know, that big D major bass line that we got slamming down there at you. So, yeah, moving on past that, we were coming up to intro to the second verse here. These parts were... Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. Just, you know, there's all these little ear candy pieces all over the place. I didn't have anything down for this one yet, but that's another one where I staggered it, and I probably was like, maybe I'll do something with that. Not quite sure. There's also some pieces here that I've got set up for later too as well. So it's not quite done yet, but it's basically in the finishing phases. So very cool part right here in the middle. This is definitely some plucks, and this is where I staggered things out a little bit. And we can come in here and dissect these a little bit and show you what's going on. All right, taking this one, duplicated it down to here, and then we've got a stagger from the notes, which are already all over the place, right? You know, listen to this. This is very cool. Really adds to that time signature funk that's going on. So it's the, you know, it's the echo slapback, but it's all three different. They're all different instruments, all plucks, and I got some serum plucks in there, just bouncing around, and it's just really crazy. Very cool, man. That was probably one of my favorite parts of the song that came out for me. I thought that was such a great addition here. All right, so let's get through these bass walks here. Let's take up that, and then I think we go right into, we'll listen to that big solo right there. It's the main vocal piece. Yeah, man, it was fun to mess with. Let's see, we got the little solo kind of intro piece here that I did. Should be a little bit more prominent, but I kind of liked it back there. Yeah, it's got some weird pieces in there. I'll probably have to clean that up a little bit too. But that leads right into this are another bounce piece that's really crazy down here. I really liked this. This racks your brain. Oh my god, it racks your brain. The more I mess with it, the more I scratch, the more I don't understand what happened here. You know. Anyway, it was so fun to do. It was a great project to get into. Go learn about this song. Go have some fun with this. It was fun to do. Enjoy that link in the description down there for the MIDI file. And go play and have some fun, man. This was a great song to mess around with, and it really racks your brain. These guys were geniuses, and they were ahead of their time, man. Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world.